Hi and welcome back to Shivers and Stories. Today we are going to explore the urban legends of the Black-Eyed Children. Now before we begin, if you have any interest in improving your thumbnails, titles, or just need help with generating some ideas on what to create a video about, just click on the home channel page and check out the link to Mythical. I've been using them for a couple weeks and have gotten some fresh ideas on new content to create. Now let's move on to this video. Imagine a knock at your door late at night. Standing on your doorstep are two children, their faces obscured by the darkness. As they plead for entry, you notice something utterly unnerving. Their eyes, entirely black, devoid of pupils or irises. The black-eyed children, as they have come to be known, are shrouded in mystery and fear. Witnesses frequently describe an overwhelming sense of dread and unease in their presence. The children often request entry into homes or vehicles, their voices carrying an unnatural calmness. Some reports suggest that these encounters leave a lingering sense of paranoia and unease. Regardless of their origins, the black-eyed children have become a fixture in contemporary horror. The internet has become a breeding ground for urban legends and creepypastas. Online forums and social media platforms amplify the sense of mystery and intrigue surrounding these entities. While some dismiss accounts of black-eyed children as mere hoaxes, others maintain that there is something more to these chilling tales. The black-eyed children continue to captivate and unsettle, reminding us that some mysteries are best left unexplored. Are these chilling figures truly visitors from another realm? Or are they merely figments of our collective unconscious? The lack of concrete evidence further complicates the matter. Proponents argue that the very nature of these encounters makes it difficult for witnesses to gather concrete proof. They suggest that the children's ability to instill fear may hinder the witness's ability to think clearly. Fear is a powerful emotion, hardwired into our very being as a survival mechanism. Could it be that our fear, amplified by darkness and uncertainty, is playing tricks on us? The human mind is adept at finding patterns and making connections, even when none exist. The power of suggestion can play a significant role in shaping our perceptions. The debate surrounding black-eyed children ultimately boils down to a crisis of belief. On one side, we have those who demand concrete evidence before accepting the existence of anything outside the realm of the known. On the other side, we have those who are more open to the possibility of the unexplained. The black-eyed children phenomenon challenges us to confront our own beliefs about the nature of reality. The digital age has become a breeding ground for the sharing of unusual encounters. One of the earliest documented encounters surfaced in the late 1990s, shared by a Texas journalist named Brian Bethel. Bethel described a chilling encounter in a darkened parking lot, where two young boys approached his car, their eyes glowing with an unnatural blackness. His story, shared online, quickly gained traction, sparking a wave of similar accounts from across the globe. Witnesses consistently describe an overwhelming sense of dread, a primal fear that seems to grip them in the presence of these unnerving figures. Some witnesses have described feeling physically paralyzed, their bodies refusing to obey their commands. Others report a strange compulsion to comply with the children's requests. This consistent thread of terror raises intriguing questions about the nature of fear itself. One of the most common scenarios recounted in black-eyed children lore involves an unexpected knock at the door. The witness, typically home alone, is drawn to the door by a persistent knocking. Upon peering through the peephole, the witness is met with a sight that sends chills down their spine. Two children, often dressed in dark clothing, their eyes, two pools of absolute blackness, devoid of pupils or irises, staring back at them with an intensity that seems to pierce the veil of normalcy. Picture this. You're driving home late at night, the headlights of your car cutting through the darkness. As you round a bend, your headlights illuminate a figure standing by the side of the road. Concern flickers through your mind. What is a child doing out here alone at this hour? You step out of your car, calling out to them, asking if they're okay. That's when the figure turns and you see their eyes, completely black, staring at you with an intensity that seems to drain the warmth from the air. The motif of the vanishing hitchhiker takes on a particularly chilling dimension when intertwined with the black-eyed children phenomenon. Imagine yourself driving down a desolate stretch of highway, the silence broken only by the rhythmic whoosh of your tires on the asphalt. As you approach a bend in the road, you notice a solitary figure standing by the roadside, their thumb outstretched. You offer them a ride, and they slide into the passenger seat beside you. As they settle in, you steal a glance at your passenger and notice their eyes, completely black like two bottomless pits staring back at you. As we delve deeper into the unsettling world of black-eyed children encounters, we find ourselves confronted with more questions than answers. Are these chilling figures merely figments of our overactive imaginations, fueled by darkness and the power of suggestion? Or could there be something more to these encounters? Something that defies rational explanation and challenges our understanding of the natural world? The lack of concrete evidence, coupled with the subjective nature of human perception, makes it difficult to draw definitive conclusions. Skeptics argue that these encounters can be attributed to a combination of factors, including misidentified individuals, sleep paralysis, and the human tendency to find patterns in randomness. They point to the lack of photographic or video evidence, as well as the often sensationalized nature of online accounts, as evidence that these encounters are more likely the products of folklore and fear-mongering than genuine paranormal phenomena. However, proponents of the black-eyed children's existence counter that the sheer volume and consistency of witness accounts, spanning decades and continents, cannot be easily dismissed. They argue that the intense fear and unease described by those who claim to have encountered these entities suggest an experience that transcends the realm of the merely imagined. The black-eyed children, like many enduring legends and mythical creatures, often serve as mirrors reflecting our deepest societal anxieties. Their very existence, shrouded in mystery and imbued with an aura of otherworldly menace, taps into our primal fears of the unknown, the uncontrollable, and the potentially malevolent forces that may lurk just beyond our perception. In an age marked by rapid technological advancements, globalization, and a constant barrage of information, it's no surprise that many feel a sense of unease, a feeling that the world is becoming increasingly complex and unpredictable. The black-eyed children, with their unsettling appearance and ability to evoke primal fear, become symbolic of this unease, embodying the anxieties we may struggle to articulate in our everyday lives. Their childlike appearance, typically associated with innocence and vulnerability, further amplifies the unsettling nature of these encounters. Children are often perceived as needing protection, their presence evoking a sense of responsibility and care. However, the black-eyed children subvert this expectation, their unnerving gaze and unsettling demeanor transforming them into something potentially threatening, something that challenges our preconceived notions of childhood and vulnerability. The black-eyed children phenomenon also highlights the enduring power of folklore and oral traditions in shaping our understanding of the world around us. For centuries, humans have relied on stories to make sense of the unknown, to convey cultural values, and to warn against potential dangers. These stories, passed down through generations, often take on a life of their own, evolving and adapting to reflect the changing fears and anxieties of the societies from which they emerge. The black-eyed children, with their roots in ancient folklore and their ability to tap into our primal fears, have become firmly entrenched in the modern zeitgeist. Their stories spread like wildfire through online forums, social media platforms, and whispered conversations, their details amplified and embellished with each retelling. In a world saturated with information and entertainment, folklore continues to hold a unique power to captivate our imaginations and influence our beliefs. These stories, often rooted in the anxieties and uncertainties of our ancestors, provide a framework for understanding the unexplainable, for grappling with the unknown, and for navigating the complex web of human emotions. The debate surrounding black-eyed children, and indeed any unexplained phenomenon, often hinges on the psychology of belief. What leads some individuals to readily accept the existence of the paranormal, while others remain steadfast in their skepticism. The answer, it seems, lies in a complex interplay of personal experiences, cultural influences, and cognitive biases. Our beliefs, whether rooted in empirical evidence or subjective experiences, shape our perceptions of the world around us. They influence how we interpret information, how we interact with others, and how we make sense of the unknown. For some, the possibility of encountering something truly unexplained, something that defies rational explanation, is both exhilarating and terrifying. These individuals may be more likely to embrace the unknown, to find meaning and purpose in the search for answers, and to readily accept accounts of paranormal phenomena. On the other hand, skeptics often approach such claims with a healthy dose of critical thinking, demanding concrete evidence and logical explanations before accepting the possibility of something beyond the realm of the known. This skepticism, while often dismissed as closed-mindedness, serves as a valuable counterbalance to the human tendency to believe, ensuring that our pursuit of knowledge remains grounded in reason and evidence. The black-eyed children phenomenon also highlights the role of media, both traditional and digital, in shaping public perceptions and fueling moral panics. The sensationalized nature of these encounters, often amplified by online forums and social media platforms, can create a climate of fear and mistrust, leading to the demonization of individuals or groups perceived as different or threatening. Moral panics, often characterized by heightened anxiety and a disproportionate response to a perceived threat, can have real-world consequences, leading to social unrest, discrimination, and even violence. The black-eyed children, with their unsettling appearance and association with the unknown, have the potential to become scapegoats for societal anxieties, their image exploited to justify fear-mongering and prejudice. It's crucial to approach such claims with a critical eye, to separate genuine concern from unfounded fear, and to engage in open and informed discussions about the nature of belief, the power of media, and the importance of critical thinking in the digital age. Despite the potential for fear-mongering and misinformation, the enduring fascination with black-eyed children also speaks to a deeper human need, the allure of the unexplained. In a world increasingly defined by science and technology, where answers to life's mysteries seem readily available at our fingertips, there remains a certain romanticism in the unknown, a sense of wonder and awe at the possibility that there may be more to this world than meets the eye. The black-eyed children, with their chilling gaze and unsettling presence, remind us that there are still mysteries to be explored, questions that science cannot fully answer, and experiences that defy rational explanation. They challenge us to confront the limits of our understanding, to embrace the unknown, and to cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world around us. Whether we choose to believe in their existence or dismiss them as mere folklore, the black-eyed children serve as a powerful reminder of the enduring human fascination with the mysterious, the unexplained, and the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the realm of the known. Dr. Emily Carter, a renowned psychologist, dedicated her career to debunking myths and exposing the psychological underpinnings of supernatural beliefs. When she received an invitation to investigate black-eyed children sightings, she approached it with pragmatism. The town, nestled deep in the Appalachian Mountains, was shrouded in unease. As Dr. Carter interviewed the townspeople, she felt something was different about this case. Intrigued but unconvinced, Dr. Carter pressed on, meticulously documenting each encounter. She pored over witness testimonies, comparing details, looking for patterns. A breakthrough came from an unexpected source, a faded photograph. The photograph, dated 1957, depicted a group of children. One child, standing slightly apart, caught Dr. Carter's attention. The child's eyes seemed to stare back at her with an unsettling intensity. The discovery of the photograph, with its chilling connection to the present-day encounters, threw Dr. Carter's carefully constructed world into disarray. Here, in this small, isolated town, the lines between folklore, psychology, and the genuinely unexplained seemed to blur, challenging her deeply held beliefs and forcing her to confront the limits of her own understanding. The townspeople, their skepticism tempered by generations of living with the unexplained, weren't surprised by the photograph. They had their stories, They're legends passed down from grandparents and great-grandparents, of strange occurrences, unexplained disappearances, and encounters with beings that defied rational explanation. They spoke of the children in hushed tones, their voices a mixture of fear and resignation, as if they had long ago accepted their place in a world where some truths were best left undisturbed. As Dr. Carter listened to their stories, her skepticism slowly giving way to a grudging acceptance, she began to piece together a narrative that was as unsettling as it was compelling. It was a narrative woven from threads of folklore, psychology, and the chilling possibility that some phenomena defied rational explanation. A narrative that challenged her to confront the limits of her own understanding and to embrace the unknown. Driven by a newfound sense of urgency, Dr. Carter decided to investigate the old schoolhouse depicted in the photograph. The building, long abandoned and left to decay, stood at the edge of town, a crumbling monument to a past that refused to stay buried. As she stepped inside, the air thick with dust and the silence broken only by the creaking of the floorboards beneath her feet, she felt a palpable shift in the atmosphere, a heaviness that seemed to press down on her chest, making it difficult to breathe. The schoolhouse, once a place of learning and laughter, now stood as a testament to the passage of time and the secrets it held. The walls, once adorned with colorful murals and children's artwork, were now bare, the peeling paint revealing layers of history and neglect. As she explored the building, her footsteps echoing in the cavernous space, she stumbled upon a small, forgotten classroom at the end of a long, darkened hallway. The classroom, its windows boarded up, was shrouded in an eerie twilight. Dust motes danced in the faint rays of sunlight that filtered through the cracks in the boards, illuminating a child-sized desk etched with a single chilling phrase, "Beware the eyes." Dr. Carter's investigation, despite uncovering tantalizing clues, ultimately failed to provide definitive answers. The black-eyed children remained elusive, their true nature shrouded in shadow and speculation. As she prepared to leave the town, the weight of the unanswered questions heavy on her mind, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was leaving more behind than she had found. As Dr. Carter drove away, she couldn't help but glance back at the town in her rearview mirror. The black-eyed children, despite decades of speculation, remain an enigma, their true nature as elusive as ever. The stories persist, weaving through our collective consciousness, refusing to be dismissed as mere folklore. They linger in the shadows of our minds, a chilling reminder of the vast unknown. The lack of definitive answers fuels our fascination, drawing us deeper into speculation and debate. The black-eyed children phenomenon occupies a unique space in our cultural landscape, residing in that gray area between belief and skepticism. Some readily accept these entities, fueled by personal experiences and a willingness to embrace the extraordinary. Others demand empirical evidence, logical explanations, and a grounding in the scientific method. Between these poles lies a spectrum of belief, where individuals grapple with evidence and arrive at their own conclusions. As we conclude our exploration of the black-eyed children phenomenon, we are left with more questions than answers. The very nature of these encounters, often fleeting, shrouded in darkness, and fueled by fear, makes it difficult to separate fact from fiction. The lack of concrete evidence only deepens the mystery, leaving ample room for speculation. What do the black-eyed children represent? Are they harbingers of misfortune, or simply a reflection of our own deepest fears? These questions, unanswered and perhaps unanswerable, continue to haunt us, challenging our understanding of the world. The black-eyed children, whether real or imagined, serve as a powerful reminder of the vast unknown that surrounds us. The world of the unknown often feels distant, a realm relegated to campfire stories and late-night whispers. But what if it's closer than we think? The black-eyed children, whether figments of our collective imagination or something more, invite us to confront the mysteries that linger at the edges of our understanding. Have you ever had an encounter that defied explanation? A moment that left you questioning the very fabric of reality? Share your stories, your thoughts, your fears, and your fascinations in the comments below. Let's delve into the shadowy corners of our world together, where the lines between myth and reality blur, and where the only limits are those we impose upon ourselves. If this journey into the unsettling world of black-eyed children has piqued your curiosity, I invite you to explore further. Check out the links in the description for more information, personal accounts, and resources to delve deeper into this chilling phenomenon. Remember, the world is a tapestry woven with threads of both the known and the unknown. It's in those uncharted territories, those shadowy corners where our understanding falters, that the most intriguing mysteries reside. Stay curious, keep exploring, and never be afraid to question what lies beyond the veil of the ordinary.